Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely Stream Deck. For more information about the Stream Deck, the link is in the description below.
Yep, we've got 15 drivers on the soft compound. Matt 212 in the Williams on the front with the Ultrasofts. We've got 5 lights preparing to go racing at Shanghai International Circuit. The lights are out, and it looks like a good start. Not much wheel spin, actually, from really any of the drivers. I'm not seeing any major moments, but it does look like Evo is going to be pressuring Simon around the outside. The Force Indias as well on the move. Langman and Joe as well on the outside of turns 1 and 2, and Evo couldn't quite get the position on VSR Simon. MVP 0 still in 4th position, and then it's the 2 Force Indias in 5th and 6th. Leopard now getting ahead of Feisty Ted, the Ferrari, up into 7th position, and Pinecone dropping down. Surprise is already up to 9th position here, Andy.
Surprise has made an astonishing getaway from the lights, already up into P9 and already hassling Feisty Ted for P8. Just in front of that, you've got Lyman and Leopard doing battle as they reach for turn 11, but Matt 212 Gaming has the lead as you'd expect on the Ultrasofts. Simon crucially second, still ahead of Evo on this opening lap, and we at the moment have a race on our hands, Justin.
Side by side between the 2 Haas cars once again as Pinecone looks to retake that place, but EVR Reynolds in the other Mercedes is right onto the back of both of them as well too. We'll see if Jason is going to hold on to that position with the inside line through turn 2. He'll have the outside for turn 3, and actually it looks like a bit of a nudge. I think that was maybe a lag moment for Jason 97 F1. That's going to drop him right down to 2nd to last. He's down in 15th position, and I think he's actually battling Zelchi for last. Yes, he is. So that's really not what you like to see for the Haas driver.
Simon has to clear him now. He needs to get this move done. He's clearly quicker already. And look at Evo shadowing Simon in the background. He's right behind him. The prancing horse versus the charging bull. Who's going to win the race down towards the hairpin? Simon just about in front. He needs to try and get a move done on Matt before Evo comes swarming in. Because Matt's at the front here, this is going to help the likes of Surprise further down the field. The front guys can't get away. Matt is quite literally the cork in the champagne bottle at the moment, Justin. Look at the train of cars behind him. It's lap free, and there's virtually no gap within the top 8 or 9 cars. Incredible. Simon needs to get this move done as soon as he can, and Matt's quite deep into turn 1, now into 2. Simon will be on the inside. They're touching, and he's through, barging his way past the Williams, and now Evo will also have a piece of the cake as well. Side by side through turn 4, on the run down to turn 5. The Ferrari needs to get this move done before Simon scampers off into the distance. Look at Zero having a look as well. Still Matt 212 holds on, and Evo loses out. Zero up the inside, and Evo on the back foot early doors, Justin.
Wow! Go on MVP 0. That is incredible. And then he gets past, he's past Matt 212 as well. So it seems that everyone is able to get past Matt. Oh, big slide for the Williams driver. The Force India is off. Here comes Leopard. He's going to go up between the 2 of them, side by side, 3 wide, almost 4 wide, in fact, as another car gets involved. This is incredible stuff. Now the Mercedes up the inside. Surprise is going to get involved. He's going to try and make the overtake on Leopard, and it looks like he's actually done it, and Leopard is going to lose out on the position to Langman now. He'll have the outside line, though, for the final corner. Surely the Ferrari can maintain that position. Yes, he does. Only just, though. Oh, and a big slide as well. I think is that that's the Williams. That's Matt. That's Matt 212, and our pole sitter, the only man that started on the Ultrasofts, is pretty much out of any sort of points contention, because of course he is on those Ultrasofts, the only driver that started on the Ultrasofts, and he's certainly not going to be able to make them last for very long after a slide like that, Andy.
Zero, I can't believe the pace he's got. He's all over the back of Simon, like a rash going down into turn 1. He nearly had a look up the inside into turn 14, but Zero is the man on the move at the moment. You could argue Evo maybe in the background saving tyres, playing the wise old game, I'm not sure. But the front 3 are all together at the moment. And if this battle continues, Surprise will be there as well. 8th and 9th, Reynolds and Langman side by side through the hairpin. And Reynolds is through, round the outside he went, and up into P8. So Reynolds jumps ahead of Langman up into the top 8. So it looks like Zero's a little bit closer this time. He was really close coming through turn 11. Thought he was going to have a good run, and now he does have a good run. He's got that DRS open in 8th gear, down the straight. Simon stays in the middle of the road, and this is Zero's chance. He goes for it down the inside, on the brakes into turn 14, and he is surely through. Ooh. Simon's lost the rear, and Evo is now up into P2. So it's all unraveling for Simon. The unlikely leader is MVP Zero after 8 laps here, 9 laps now. Can you believe it? Evo is second. Simon gets it wrong on the exit of the corner, spins up the tyres in frustration and drops to third. And now he's surely going to be prey to Veloci surprise in the next few minutes, Justin. I think he has been saving his tyres while the top 2 have been tussling, and he's moving himself into a zone to try and have a look at the back of that McLaren and possibly make a move. We thought Simon was... Oh, and there's the mistake. There's the mistake. He cracks under the pressure, and Evo slithers past up into the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. He couldn't handle the pressure of the great Evo, and he dances through up into the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix on lap 10 out of 28. Zero tried his best, but he could do no more. The tyres gave up. Evo brilliantly just nurses the tyres as he always does, and through he goes, and pretty soon surprise will be on Zero's case as well. We saw with Simon the same problem. He and Zero were pushing, trying to battle with each other. Simon had that little slide on the exit of turn 14, proving that he lacked the tyre grip. And, well, I think Zero just proved that he's run out of tyres as well, Justin, with that little moment through turn 8. So Simon is now right there. He's 2 and a bit tenths behind Evo. This is as close as he's been. He's got more battery as well. And to top it all off, he's got the DRS and the slipstream. Evo defends the inside. Simon storming down the outside. Will he outbreak the Ferrari? Yes, he will. Simon dives past Evo into the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. Unbelievable. The Red Bull driver is through to topple the mighty Evo. But for how long, Justin? Evo's in the tow.
Yep, Evo's got the DRS, he's got the slipstream. Simon's hugging that inside line on the run down towards turn 1, and he does need to worry about the Mercedes of surprise as well, too. MVP Zero as well. Oh, Evo making contact with Simon. They go for a bit of a slide, and Surprise is getting some contact as well, too. Simon comes out ahead. He's still leading this race. Evo drops down now into 3rd position after that contact with the Red Bull driver. That is going to be absolutely huge. So keep in mind, Evo has gotten a perfect 50 out of a possible 50 points so far in this season, and it looks like he's only going to be getting 15, if that, because again, the McLaren driver, MVP Zero, who was leading this race at one point, is not that far behind. Evo, though, you have to say, is getting very aggressive. It looks like he really wants to try and get past Surprise. He's practically pushing him through turn 9, through turn 10 they go. On the run down towards turn 11 in the DRS detection line at turn 12. Can Surprise get the... No, he's not going to get the DRS here. Surprise, the Mercedes driver is definitely going to miss out on the DRS, and Evo is practically pushing him. He's tucked right underneath the gearbox of the Mercedes as they come through. He's got that tighter line as well, too. Maybe it's the 1 lap fresher tires. DRS activation line coming up now. They're already side by side. Surprise is holding that inside line. Let's go on board with MVP Zero, actually, because, of course, he's got a front row seat between this titanic battle between the Mercedes and the Ferrari. Surprise with the inside line, pushes the Ferrari a little bit wide. Here comes MVP Zero. He'll get the inside line on Evo. He's going to try it around the outside of Surprise, but Surprise is coming into the pits. Oh my gosh. That's a very strange one. Surprise in the Mercedes has pitted.
Justin, he's got front wing damage for that collision with Evo. That's why he came into the pits, and that's why he was off the back of Simon. That's why he was a sitting duck down the straight. That's why he went deep into the hairpin and allowed MVP Zero to sliver up the inside and take P2 away from Evo. This is the most incredible race I've ever seen. Who's seen this coming? Evo down to P3, Surprise out of the points. Madness.
Side by side, fantastic shot between the two of them. The inside line, it looks like, is going to work out for Joe a little bit. Can the Ferrari sneak up the inside into turn 3? He can. A bit of argy-bargy between the two of them, but it looks like it's just about going to work out. They're going to be side by side coming out of 4 through turn 5. But no, actually, the Force India pulls ahead. I don't know if he got better traction, but into the braking zone, and here comes Feisty Ted around the outside of that turn 6 hairpin. It's not quite worked out for him. Feisty Ted is now alongside, actually. I missed that. I was on board with the Ferrari, but he's pulled alongside with that inside line coming out of turn 13, but it seems that Leopard, with the better exit coming out of the corner, is going to stay ahead marginally for now. I think he's getting just that whiff of slipstream as well off of the Force India up ahead. Can he be later on the brakes? Feisty Ted with the inside line. He's going to be side by side with the Ferrari, and he does take the position, moves up into the top 5, and indeed Reynolds sneaks past the Ferrari as well. Leopard losing 2 positions in 1 corner, and I have to say, Andy, it's looking like Reynolds is now sniffing at that top 5.
It is absolutely breathless action. Reynolds up the inside into turn 1. Feisty Ted forced to open the door a little bit. Reynolds having a look. Can't quite do it. He's going to have the inside for turn 2. He'll lose it for turn 3.
Langman on the Ferrari.
Yeah, Langman as well now on the attack too. Leopard really struggling at the moment, and from 1 minute looking about attacking Joe has now dropped right down to almost the tail of this group as Langman on the brakes will have the inside for turn 6 and will be through. And look at Clone Troop as well now attacking Leopard. What has happened? The Leopard is wounded.
Also worth pointing out, as Joe and Reynolds go side by side once again, and Joe is back through into 4th position. But here on the penultimate lap, Andy, I want to stress to you that Evo is about 4/10 behind MVP 0.
Look at Langman as well. It's 2 by 2. It's like Noah's Ark down at turn 6. Absolutely crazy. And 4th place for Reynolds. Joe drops to 5th. Langman moves up to 6th. And Ted now drops to 7th. It is seesawing like crazy in this group of cars. Clone Troop is up behind Leopard now. Look at this. I think I can remember back to the 2012 Chinese Grand Prix in real life. We had something similar to this, and it's replicating itself here again. Leopard running wide there with Clone Troop all over him at the back of that group. And is he having a look? No, he can't. But what about Evo, Justin? Let's have a quick, brief look. But I don't think he's close enough.
Joe is holding on to that 7th place with Leopard now with a pretty big gap, actually. And Joe putting the moves on Ted up the inside at the turn 6 hairpin. Will he get the job done on the Renault driver? It looks like he's just about done it. Clone Troop as well makes his way past Leopard, who seems to really be struggling on those 18-lap-old mediums. And he is up into 8th position. OMG, it's Joe back up into 6th, still behind his teammate Langman, who has that 3-second time penalty, so it could be a top 5 finish after all. Let's go back on board with Evo as he's just now come onto the DRS straight into the final hairpin. This is his final chance to make the overtake. I think he's going to be too far back as they get into the braking zone. 150-meter board. There's the 100-meter board onto the brakes, and it looks like MVP 0 holds that inside line, and he is going to hold onto that 2nd place position, and it's going to be a podium for the McLaren driver ahead of Evo as they round the final corner. It's the win for the Red Bull driver, VSR Simon. 3rd position for Evo, 2nd for the McLaren of MVP 0. Still got battling going on, though, is Feisty Ted up the inside, I think, on OMG. It's Joe. No, around the outside. Joe's coming back at him, but it looks like Ted is just about going to have the measure of him. He's going to try up the final corner. There's contact between the two of them. Feisty Ted goes for a spin, gets collected by P1R Brown as well, too. 5-second stop-go penalty for Feisty Ted. I don't think that was his fault. That one's probably going to be written off in the end. Reynolds takes that 4th place position with Leopard as Joe finishes 6/1000ths behind the Ferrari driver. I think he must have had a 3-second time penalty as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I have to say, once again, just an absolute pleasure to commentate alongside Andy for what was the best race of the season so far. And I say that hopefully that we'll only get similar or even better races in the future. And shout out to our midfielders as well, too. EVR Reynolds, in the end, finishing in 4th position. He was best of the rest, so to say. And congratulations to him as well, too, because that was a hard-fought 4th place. Again, a 9-way battle. Just 9 cars all battling within I don't know, 5-6 seconds, something like that. It was extremely tight. So again, for all of the AOR team and for Andy, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time for round 4 of Apex Online Racing Hype Energy Season 16. Thanks again. Bye-bye.